So let's continue our journey for university applications. I hope you have done the homework and are ready with the list of points for your resume, SOP, and LOR, as I have described in the task before you start writing your SOP, LOR, and resume. Now we'll be going into more details about resume writing. Here I'll go into more on resume for university applications specifically and not for job applications as of now. And this might be a long video, but I guarantee you that each point I mention is going to be the worth the time you invest here. Anything I'm sharing here is coming after a lot of discussions among my friends, seniors, and professors. So please bear with me. I'm sure it's worth it. So you might be acquainted with using MS Word to make your resume, or you may be using some other format given by your university. But there are a couple of smarter options also to make and maintain your resume. I'll be going to brief about each of these two. Let's start with the Overleaf. So there are two of these, Overleaf and Europass. Overleaf is an online platform which uses LaTeX as an editor. And I'm going to explain you a bit about it. It has standard templates for various academic documents such as resume, reports, journal papers, CV, etc. And I'll open the link for you now. So this is Overleaf. Overleaf is a standard online platform and it has templates for all your academic purposes. And we can see it over here. You can just search Overleaf templates and you can see all such popular templates available such as journal, CV, resume, paper, presentation, assignment, everything you can search for over here. And we can go and check for resume or CV over here. As of now, we are working on them. And you can see whatever you likes, you can go ahead with. Uh, a simpler one is more better. Such column wise two column formats are not required as of now for university applications because there are some disadvantages of this column type. Uh, so it's better you take such a simpler one. And this is a more detailed one, so you can go and select such a customized CV. Okay, and I can click on any one of those and give you a small head start. So there are some source available. Source is a code, and you did not code anything. They have a given code for you, and you can just edit. So what the thing is, open as you can start and open it as a template and start editing it as per your requirement. Okay, so the code is on the left side. The actual resume which will look in the PDF format will come on the right side. And as you click on the code, any part of the code, that part will complementary part on your resume will be highlighted. So and on the complementary side also, if I click here, the complementary side on your code will also be highlighted. So if you want to uh, highlight and update your on this part PhD Unseen University, it has come over here automatically just by double clicking over here. It comes here, so I can just click edit my MS in mechanical at XYZ uni, and then I can press on recompile, and that thing is expected to be updated over here on your PDF version of the resume. So both side it works. You can go and just check what all things you want to edit on your PDF, and that should double click on it, go to the code part, make the changes, and come again to the and check on your PDF part, and just you can click and get the PDF version of it from here directly. So over here I change my MS Mechanical at XYZ Uni. Okay, that's very easy. Now the second thing you have is the Europass. So let's go back to the PPT for a moment. So we have looked at the Overleaf. Now the second thing is Europass. And Europass is also an online platform for making resume, and it is specially designed for resumes to be submitted to European universities. So most of the European universities would want you to submit the resume of Europass format strictly. Okay, so let's go and check the Europass link I have put over here. Okay, You can again go and search for Europass resume or Europass CV, and you will get and reach this page. And it has all the instructions for you. So the first thing you need to do is make a profile for you, or sign up, make all the make a profile and enter all the details which they ask for. So this is a small introduction video for you how to make and use Europass, and all the things are all mentioned for you. So you can just tailor make it, select what to mention in your resume, what not to mention, and it's going to be super easy, and it's going to be very helpful on your future to just maintain, update the things, and go ahead. You not do anything from your side. Okay, now let's continue with our resume thing and the contents of the resume. So now let's continue with the contents of the resume. Let me just list down a complete list of contents you can include in your resume. And I have tried to cover almost everything. But still, if you find anything that I have not mentioned and you think it is an important and you want to mention, do connect with me via a comment or mail me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Decide you should mention it or not. So the things are contact information, educational background, work experience, projects, publications, achievements, awards, scholarships, community service, position of responsibility, relevant coursework and online courses, professional membership, and skills. Now, what should be absolutely avoided? You should avoid. You should also avoid some things in your resume until specifically mentioned in the requirements or guidelines of the university. And you may think these are useful information, but we also need to think from the space availability. So there is a limitation of 1 or 2 pages for your resume. If you exceed that, your resume will be strictly skipped and it will not be looked at. So you need to avoid things. These are photo. You should not include your personal photo. Then you should not include your personal information like date of birth and all. You should not include any non-professional award or recognition from local organization and communities. Then you should also want to avoid any minor position of responsibility at the university or community service, and also some irrelevant courses at university or online, like humanities you did at universities just to fulfill the credit requirement, or if you are applying for a major, all your minor courses are useless. It will not add any value, so you should not mention them. Or also any region specific courses. So if you are staying in a specific region such as Maharashtra, and you have done some courses related to Maharashtra government or Maharashtra law, or a language like Marathi, then you want do not should not include those things because it's not going to add any value to your profile. The thought process behind adding a value is very important because you are very strict and limited with the space availability. Now I'll go into details of each of the things which might appear on your resume, which I listed in the previous slide. And let's starting with the contact information. So you should mention your email address, and I'll suggest you to mention your personal email address over here and not the school or work email address, because it might get deactivated in future if you leave that school or workplace. The second will be phone number with your country code. Next is your LinkedIn profile, and you may have some personal web page. So it's not compulsory to enter your LinkedIn profile or personal web page, but if you have updated and maintained your LinkedIn profile, you might want to put it. LinkedIn profile is actually looked as a very professional location to check about you. Next, you want to mention about educational background, and it should be mentioned in reverse chronological order. What does that mean is the latest thing should come first, then the second latest thing should come next. So if I have done an undergraduate in BITS Pilani in MS Mechanical, the first thing should come up as undergraduate, then my 12th, then my 10th. The If I am applying for my masters, it should not be the 10th first, 12th second, and undergraduate last. It is the wrong thing. The first should come, the undergraduate, then 12th, then 10th. So you can mention your bachelor's degree if you have already completed that, and master's, applying for master's. Then you should mention your 12th grade or AISSCE or higher secondary. And the third thing could be the 10th grade senior secondary. And each of those, for these three, uh, so I'll also mention uh, that even if you skip to mention the 10th grade thing, it's completely fine. uh, you can limit yourself till 12th grade also, and it is completely fine. Then you can mention your major. You majored in XYZ subject in your bachelor's degree, or what subjects you took for your 12th grade. It's like it was physics, chemistry, maths, or physics, chemistry, biology, of or commerce subjects, etc. Then you should mention your percentage or CGPA. You might want to mention your class rank in class, and uh, year graduated, or when did you get that degree, with the month if possible. And you might not know your rank as of now, but I would advise you to contact your department secretary or head or office to know your rank and also get a rank certificate. Or you may need to contact your academic registration office, but the rank certificate is going to be very important. You can leverage the high ranks in your department to get a better preference for your admission. Now, the experience is related to your research, teaching, internship, or professional, that is work experience. All of these things are important. And this all should also come up in reverse chronological order. Now, if you have a lot of research experience or at least two research experience, you might want to club those research experience separately. If you have a separate teaching experience, you can make a different heading of teaching experience, and so on. And for each of these, you should mention your institution or complete company name, guide or mentor. It is an optional field. Duration, for how much long duration you did your research or internship or teaching experience, and anything. And is it a thesis or your internship, final year thesis, internship, an external project, anything. And 2 to 4 points of explanation or concise description. And you might want to enter some technical words uh, to show your capabilities to the admission committee. Okay. And while mentioning duration for your projects or research experience, anything, you might want to use short forms of the months, but be consistent with them. And for the continuing items, like in your education, if you're continuing in your bachelor's and you have not completed it, similarly for projects or any experience, you can mention the start month and year, and then mention as present for your end month and year. Okay. The next is your experience depending on your area and what you are applying for. Okay. So choose what you want to put in your experiences. Some all of those or some of those might not be relevant for your given application at university. Next, about projects. So it's also an academic project or projects undertaken as a student chapter or at some organization or student body, or projects at the company you worked. And also it should come up in reverse chronological order. So everywhere you have done multiple things, it should be every time in reverse chronological order. You can mention the project topic, guide or mentor is optional. Project topic should not be the exact one which you have used while your application. It should be in a shorter form. Duration, and again 2 to 4 points for concise description with technical words. Publication, again in reverse chronological order and in a proper format. Use a proper MLA or Cambridge, whatever format you want to, but use a proper format. Achievements, so you can mention your fellowships, scholarships, academic awards at your institution, sports participation at recognizable levels, improvements at work if you did some really nice improvements of in a design process or anywhere. It was able to save some time in manufacturing, or you made and figure out some better path, then you can mention those things and achievements. In community service, I would say academic service, like mentoring to your juniors if it was a professional thing. Then if you work for some non-governmental organization at your university or during your high school, or if you are making some useful blogs or vlogs for your community, that's also a community service. And you can think of other community service also. That's what I have thought for and listed down. If you have anything in your mind and if you are not able to decide should that go into your resume or not, you can simply put that down in the comment and I'll be happy to help you figure out the thing. Then the position of responsibility. So it should be a leadership or managerial or at least some division head or coordinator of the of the department. If you are just a member and a small position of responsibility, I will suggest you to not add that. So it should be at some workplace, at some student chapter of an international or national organization, such as if you are a member or like if you have been a leadership position or a better position at ASME, a student chapter of ASME at your university, or student chapter of uh, ASRE. These are the organizations related to mechanical engineering, and similar organizations are there for other fields also. So if you have been leader in such a field, then you can mention that. If you have been at a high level position of responsibility in student club or department or a community or NGO, then you can mention that. And at the last, preference would be given to the sports team. And these are the preference wise. So if you are at the work, then you should mention that thing at the first and the second and the third. The courses, so you can mention both the courses taken at the university, that's the coursework, or you can also mention the MOOC courses, the online certificate courses you complete. But you should only mention the relevant courses you did at the university or a certified course online. You should avoid listing down all the courses you did. Okay. And if you are mentioning online courses, you should enter certificate ID for the online certified courses. For the professional memberships, if you are a member of some international or national organization, then you can mention that student chapter of such organization or part of some industrial conference. If you have some skills, obviously you have them. Only mention those if you are having some acceptable level of skill, intermediate or an expert of it. If you are just learning it, if you are just a primary level learner, then you should not mention that as a skill in your resume. And you can definitely mention some core technical skills. If you are in core branches of electrical, mechanical, civil, your core technical skills in these subjects can be mentioned. Then you can mention some coding skills, because all the engineers are now going to use some or other part of coding in their work. So if you have some primary level of coding skills such as Python or C, then you can mention that. Hands-on skills, uh, so for engineers in mechanical, chemical and such fields, we have some hands-on skills using some equipments and machines, so you can definitely mention that. And I'll say this is one part, hands-on experience or hands-on skills is going to be that part which is going to differentiate you from other people, because all or everyone doesn't get a chance to work on some equipments or machines during their undergraduate level. So if you have that and you think other would have not got a chance, you can definitely mention hands-on skills in your resume. And then we are going to go into more details of resume design and formatting, but in the next video. It's going to be an important video also. But as of now, we'll stop over here and you should start making your extensive and comprehensive resume for now. Thank you.